You just gonna stand up there looking like a nose ring model, or you gonna come to the ring like I asked you to and face me like a man?
Your biggest mistake, always underestimating me. See, we're gonna do this on my terms. I'm in control here, and you're gonna give me what I want. You know what it is. Give me what I want.
I'm not gonna give you a damn thing, Dave. Why should I? How many times have you quit this company? How many times have you quit and walked away, Dave? And I'm supposed to hand you stuff? You're entitled? Why? Because you're a big Hollywood movie star now? Do you come back here and demand whatever you want? I'm not giving you anything. So I guess that leaves me to the next option. Since you're too big of a coward to walk down here and face me like a man, then we'll do it my way. I'll step out of this ring. I'll walk up that ramp. I will tear my way through the Guardians of the Independence scene or whatever they are. And I will beat your on that stage.
No, we are not doing this your way. You know why I quit? Because I wanted to get as far away from you as I could. Always holding me down, talking down to me, looking down on me, shutting me out. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing now. You know what I want. I've been asking for it for years. You're gonna give me what I want, or I'm gonna continue to hurt people you love.
I'm not giving you a damn thing, Dave. I am not giving you a damn thing except the beating you deserve. Now be a man, get in this ring, face me like a man.
It's killing you. Look at you.
Get in this ring!
I know you. I see it. It's killing you. It's tearing you apart. You want to hurt me so bad, you can't stand it, but you won't give it to me because you're not in control. Give me what I want. Give me what I want.
I am going to give you the beating you deserve, Dave, and nothing more.
No, that's not what I want. I want you at Wrestlemania. Give it to me.
You want me at Mania? Is that what this is about? You're beating up a 70-year-old man. You are hiding behind securities. This is what you've become because you want me at Wrestlemania? Is that what you want?
Give it to me. Give me what I want.
You want me at Wrestlemania?
Give me what I want.
You're on.
It's all I've ever wanted. That one last match to end my career on my terms. And that one last match to end your career on my terms.
You had better find whatever little scrap is left of the animal, and you better hope there's some. Because when we get to Mania, it might be on your terms, but the match will be on mine. Bring everything you have, because there will be no rules, no restrictions to what I do, no law. There will be no holds barred.
How the hell you doing, Brainiacs? Long Island Iced Tea here, ready to talk progress with you. And today on Brainbuster Radio, I think there's only one thing we're gonna do for you, Brainiacs. And I think the doctor on the Unos and Doses knows what I'm talking about when I'm talking about what we're gonna do today for you, Brainiacs, on today's Brainbuster Radio.
Give me what I want.
We're giving you what you want. All the WrestleMania talk, New Japan and Ring of Honor going to Madison Square Garden. It is the best time of the year to be a professional wrestling fan, and we're covering it all. Tweet it, read it, tout it, shout it, be all about it. At the Brainbusters on Instagram Junior, Facebook, and Twitter. Today, we might have the best week of promos to talk about ever. And we've got a lot of blood to talk about in Ring of Honor. We've got a tournament going on in New Japan Pro Wrestling. We've got the Dr. Emil Calzones. Triple M is here. The Royal Rumble winning Triple J is not here, so that means this show will have zero order. And we do have Vinman here on limited dates. Moose the Marks on the Internet Gimmicks joining us as well, Brainiacs. Let's get it on. No one's here to tell me what's causing all this, Vinman, so let's throw something up in the air and see what sticks.
Oh my goodness, it has been a monumental week in the sport of professional wrestling, and Brainbuster Radio has made their presence felt. Several of us were in attendance at maybe the best Monday Night Raw of the year so far in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We were all over that ROH 17th anniversary pay-per-view. That is what I'm talking about here. It has been an outstanding week, and I think we got to start off with Monday Night Raw. You played it at the top of the show here. We are getting what we want at WrestleMania. Big Dave, Triple H, no holds barred. Careers are going to be ended. WrestleMania 35, New York City.
It doesn't get better than no holds barred, if you ask me. And Moose the Mark, you're on the Internet Gimmicks. How many memes were made of Sylvester the Cat and Batista, or how much suffer and succotash was going on? Is your keyboard covered in spit? How did you enjoy Batista and Triple H?
Well,
Give me what I want.
I clearly enjoyed this on just sort of a very, very metatextual level. As you know, it's been a while since we heard Batista's theme song, which just so happens to be written and performed by a little band called Saliva. So I think he was just shouting out the people who helped him, become the superstar he is today.
It was so fitted. You're right. Super meta. If you Brainiacs who got the connection there that Moose just pointed out, you are the super Brainiacs. That was so sweet. All the spit, all the rage, years of pent-up frustration, Moose the Mark. Batista's already beaten Triple H at WrestleMania for a championship, and he still's holding this grudge.
And you're going to give me what I want.
Oh, this is a man who's used to getting what he wants. I mean, this goes beyond the WWE, man. This guy just got James Gunn reinstated as the director of Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
So that's the rumor. Did he walk into the executives of Disney's offices, and did he cut the same promo on the heads of Disney?
I've been asking for it for years.
I wasn't there, but I can't imagine. How could it have gone down any other way?
You're gonna give me what I want, or I'm gonna kill Mickey Mouse and everyone you love.
You think about that. I mean, Batista's been asking for this match for years. And Triple H has been taking these other matches at WrestleMania. It really is something that we're finally going to see this contest.
The Triple H, just to avoid Batista, fought The Undertaker like 50 times at WrestleMania every single year for a while, just so he wouldn't have to face Batista.
He'd rather face Undertaker in the Hell in a Cell.
Give me what I want.
He'd rather put his career on the line against Brock Lesnar. He'd rather beat up a gimp in Seth Rollins.
Well, we know that the Undertaker, 50-50 chance Triple H was going to face the real Undertaker at that point. That's why Triple H took those matches.
I don't know about that. At the time, I'm pretty sure that was the real Undertaker.
That was the real. I don't know how you could tell. You're so sure every single time. It's really hard. I really want to ask this question because I fortunately got to see what Batista was doing on television.
Give me what I want.
Some of the Brainbusters were live and in person at the arena.
I was there.
They dry. I don't understand how you didn't get,
Well, we were in a private box that was well shielded. So we had a good view of the action, but we had protection there.
Thanks to Vinman. Thanks to you, Vinman, because they did give us those aisle seats, and you walked into the offices of the Marburgers, and you said, "Fuck this bullshit. We want to sit in the box.
Give it to me. Give me what I want."
And you got us our seats.
That's exactly how it went down too.
That's how it works.
I told him, give me what I want. I've been asking for these for years. and they Marburgers finally caved, and they gave us what we wanted. But this match, oh my goodness, I mean, up until at the time, this is probably the match I'm most looking forward to. And then the following night, we maybe got something a little bit more to look forward to. But on Monday Night Raw, just unbelievable. And this was the highlight for me.
Oh, this WrestleMania. I can't choose my all the matches are just so good, and it's got to be Moose the Mark. What are they saying on the internet gimmicks about what closes this WrestleMania? I've never heard of a raging debate on what should be the last match as much as I'm hearing this year. At least not since Orlando's WrestleMania, but we all kind of knew it would be the big dog then. What about now? What are they saying?
I mean, if you asked us, 3 months ago, I said obviously this is the year of the woman. Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey was going to main event, but now I don't know what's happened. I don't know if the cause has been set back or whatever happened, but that seems to be up in the air right now.
I don't know if it's the cause or so much as, God damn, these are some other great matches too that are befitting of being the last match at WrestleMania.
I think it's part of that, and I think it's part of it's because it's become a triple threat. When it was Charlotte versus Ronda, I think for sure it was going to be the last match, and now that it's a triple threat, you can't have a triple threat main eventing WrestleMania.
What?
It's just not allowed.
Yes, it is allowed.
As far as I'm
happens.
concerned, and right now I may be leaning towards having Kurt Angle's last match be a farewell match, main eventing WrestleMania, and we don't even know the opponent yet.
Okay, if you're booking by promo, we'll go around the Brainbuster table here. If you're booking by promos so far to hype up their WrestleMania match, who is closing WrestleMania according to the best promos? Because this was the week of the best promos for WrestleMania in a very long time.
It's not about a fucking promo, dude.
What are you doing?
I wasn't even doing a promo. I wasn't even reading the fucking script. They call it a fucking promo. They told me to go out there and they told me to do a fucking promo. And they said, go out there and be a fucking sports entertainer and do a fucking promo. But I fucking didn't, okay? I fucking didn't. Because sports entertainment is scripted, okay? In the WWE universe, they don't fucking care about fucking the WWE championships or the Raw Women's championships. They don't fucking care, okay? They just don't fucking care. I don't fucking care about them.
That's unfortunate. What if you've got one of the world's premier bodybuilders staring you in the face, challenging you at a desperate moment for a championship match? Then what are you gonna do? You got to cut a promo. Then
I'm not gonna cut a fucking promo. I'm gonna do what I fucking do. I'm gonna kick some ass because this is fucking. I kick ass for real, not in fucking sports entertainment. Okay, sports entertaining is scripted. It's not real. It's fake. Just like Rebecca Quinn. There's a real name, not a fucking fake name.
So we're using shoot names all the way the rest of the road to WrestleMania, and what are we gonna just break arms in the ring? We're not gonna. There are going to be no high spots in the Ronda match now.
Break arms, drink bottles of water, and get our hair done at the same time.
If for not being a promo, that was one of the best promos ever. That was one of the best non-promos ever. Ronda saying that wrestling's scripted. Vinman, how can you defend her?
I'm not sure what to believe anymore. Sometimes the script is broken, I suppose. But she's out there just trying to kick some ass, and I can respect that.
Well, Moose the Mark, if Ronda Rousey's cutting non-promos to hype up this three-way dance for the Raw Women's Championship, it's the most unique build to a match at WrestleMania. I certainly think it's worthy of the main event. I'm still kind of hoping it is, but then of course I wouldn't be upset about the other matches main eventing. Yeah. Women will main event one day, but can you tell me what it would be like if Dana Brooke beat Ronda Rousey this coming Monday Night Raw? What would Dana Brooke say? What would her non-promo be to build up her triple threat with Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair as the champion?
Right, I got to level with going. I actually didn't see this Dana Brooke segment. I don't know what to do for this one.
You just talk like Dana Brooke, goddammit.
I can't even remember how she talked. I
got
can't
like a-
do it.
that's
I haven't
pretty
heard
good,
her
actually.
speak. I haven't heard her speak in like 9 months.
You're on the money.
You're pretty much on point. You got to throw in like the
You
Cleveland.
can hold your nose a little bit. You're
You got
about
to
pretty
hit
good.
nasally and the Cleveland accent.
Ronda, I don't care that you've been in MMA and UFC. I've been the leader of Titus Worldwide for like 6 months. I can destroy you.
That was not really what she said, but she kind of came out and said,
I didn't want
I just want to be on the show. So you did see Ronda's Pittsburgh promo?
No, dude, I came in at the end of it.
Or her
I saw
non-promo?
Batista.
Her non-promo, I guess it would be called. Vin Man, I mean, that was very. She attacked fans in that non-promo.
Yeah, she did. She doesn't give a damn about what any of us think. She's going to go out there and she just wants to hurt people at this point and prove that she's the baddest woman on the planet.
But she's playing a different sport. That'd be like a kid. It's like there was always the kid in elementary school who didn't know the rules of soccer or just didn't care and would pick the ball up and run with it and spoil the game. That's what Ronda Rousey's doing right now.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but we'll see what happens. It sounds like she still wants to, she's going to put on a show. I just don't know if anybody's going to like it.
Dr. Calzones, this is Ronda Rousey disrespecting our sport, disrespecting our heritage. It would be as if, someone ran into the ring and ripped off El Santos mask in front of all of Mexico. How do you respond to the disrespect Ronda Rousey showing to Lucha?
Man, it was disgusting. I couldn't believe it. I'm over here helping the orphanage children, and you send me this video, and it's Ronda Rousey, and I'm just swinging in the air, not even noticing, accidentally hitting the children because I'm so upset. It's pure disrespect.
It is. And Wired on social media, I think a lot of people are just getting really into it because the back and forth is entertaining with Becky and Ronda and Charlotte. But what are they saying now on social media regarding this match being the last match at WrestleMania still? Vin Man hates triple threats. I'm fine with triple threats, 4-ways, tag team matches as the main event, as long as they're big time. This certainly is big time.
Yeah, I think everyone's still hoping for this to be the main event, but it's looking like the luster, the prestige of this match might be dying down a little bit, at least in the eyes of social media. I'm still enjoying this. I'm enjoying this match. I will enjoy this match. I don't see a problem with a triple threat main eventing anything, and I do like the lack of tag matches so far announced in terms of or like 4-ways and 6-way ladder matches. I mean,
they're coming.
Maybe. But I'll take a tag match, but tag matches are fine. But like 6-ways for the Intercontinental title or something like that, I'm sure that'll be.
Well, a lot of people think we might be getting Usos and Hardy Boys, a couple of
oh my god
brothers going at it.
Is that real?
I mean, they're asking for it with each other on Twitter. It might at least be a kickoff match. I mean,
well, I'll tell you what. It looks like Matt Hardy spent some time in the Uso penitentiary with that. He's been hitting the yard hard.
He's got a prison. He's got an in shape prison body. Matt Hardy right now.
If there's ever that would be probably the most hyped I've been for a tag team title contest at WrestleMania in a long, long time. If those two squared off.
Would you say since the Quebecers had the championships, that'd be the most hyped you've been for a WrestleMania tag team title match?
Certainly. But I mean, there's probably some before I was more hyped for, but
well, it's going to be good. It's going to be good if it happens. But back to the Ronda Charlotte Becky match. Why is there a loss of luster? I don't see a loss of luster. I just see other great matches being announced for WrestleMania. This was the first, match or at least feud that we knew about for WrestleMania way back in January. It's been around the longest. All these other matches are starting to be booked now. That's the only change I see. Mustamar, how have we lost any luster? Is it the fault of the competitors in the triple threat, or is it just the fact that more WrestleMania matches are being announced?
I mean, it's just, this is just like happens in so many workplaces. This is just middle management overcomplicating something that didn't need to be this complicated. Becky Lynch won the Royal Rumble. Therefore, she should face the WWE.
I don't know about
no.
that.
She did not win the Royal Rumble. She cheated.
She got unsuspended. And she apologized, and Vince McMahon replaced it. It's just, and then she's back in it anyway. It's just adding 18 layers of stuff. It's like if in Star Wars, when Ben Kenobi gives Luke his lightsaber, if he had to go through, well, first you have to go to this planet and do 18 million things and prove yourself and blah blah blah, and then we'll give you it.
That probably would have made it a better movie.
I don't know about that.
But I don't have a problem with all the layers. I just don't agree with having 3 people in a match. It just doesn't make any sense.
Why not?
Paul's a little overrated.
If it's going to be a main
in history where triple threat match.
If it's going to be a main event at WrestleMania, it should be 1-on-1 for the title, or a first time, last time, only time, or a farewell match. Those are the only ones.
Well, it could be the middle one.
A first time, last time, only time.
Yeah, this could be it. No. Why not?
First time, last time, only time, triple threat. There you
go. You couldn't sell me on that happening.
I'm just doing it right now. I'm telling you that.
I wouldn't believe you.
Vin Man's making this he's making this a philosophical debate. We're trying to just talk about the actual this instant. Obviously, you have your biases, Vin Man, but. I don't think they're doing anything wrong. I don't think it's being complicated by any of the competitors, Moose the Mark, because if women end up not main eventing WrestleMania 35, as we all were hoping and anticipated, it is not the fault of management. It's not the fault of Vince, any McMahon. It's not the fault of Becky or Charlotte or even Ronda Rousey. It will solely be the fault of Fit fucking Finley, who ruined it at Royal Rumble. If we blame anyone for it, Mr. Mark,
I'd
direct your anger at that fighting Irishman, because he's the one that, for some reason, allowed Becky Lynch to compete in the Royal Rumble.
I don't see why that would. I'm not going to get into this debate with you guys at all. But
we've gone over this.
It's already been settled. It's why
it's not settled.
Well, but if it's not settled, but it is what it is.
No, it's settled. That's why Charlotte got put back in the match. It's settled.
Look,
we're just going to have to accept that's the match we're getting, right or wrong or indifferent, and we're going to move on because we got a lot of other huge matches.
Well, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it now. I'm going to try what Moose did now. I don't fucking care. It's Fit Finley's fault. It's his fault. He ruined it. He set women back 10 more years. And next WrestleMania, we're probably going to have a beauty contest because of him. And bikini shows. And it's his fucking fault. It's fucking fault. I don't fucking care. It's fucking scripted. And Fit Finley ruined the script. Because he thinks he's some kind of booker. And he needs to shut the fuck up.
Oh. Look I'll pick up this ball. All right. Look, here's my favorite match, and and Vidman, you're going to agree with me probably on this one. But after what we heard AJ Styles and Randy Orton say to each other on SmackDown Live, I think this might be the main event that came out of nowhere.
And rents due, you son of a.
I'll say that it doesn't meet the requirements for a main event as far as I'm concerned, but it's definitely probably the match I may be most hyped for right now.
I think it's probably
the second match I'm most hyped for.
I think it checks all the boxes for a WrestleMania main event. And I think this is going to be the WrestleMania match with the most stars given by Moose the Mark's Uncle Dave since, I'm going to say, Triple H and The Undertaker, or no, Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker at WrestleMania 25. Moose the Mark, I think we're going to get a 5-star classic finally at a WrestleMania with Randy Orton and AJ Styles.
And a knockoff diamond cutter.
I mean, it's certainly possible, Randy Orton, I don't know. I mean, these are very subjective things. And, Uncle Dave always said Randy Orton's a hell of a hand, but I don't know if he just excites Dave in the way that, you're going to get that last quarter of a snowflake.
Oh, so maybe Uncle Dave won't be giving it, but do you think the majority of the WWE universe and the professional wrestling observers will be calling this the best match at WrestleMania 35?
See, I'm the landlord. And Red's dude, you son of a.
I had this match as, it's so hard because, obviously my main event before this match was Finn Balor versus Bobby Lashley for the Intercontinental title. But now
that's not booked.
I'm torn here. I don't know which one I think deserves to go on last.
Well, that's just some awful Moose the Mark sarcasm that I just don't want to tolerate. If you want to talk Georgia sarcasm, we could talk about that and the great back and forth on the microphone that AJ and Randy Orton had, Vinman. I mean, to think that the match is probably going to be even better than the mic work, because these guys are the best in the ring, but on the microphone, they just stepped up for WrestleMania. I don't think two guys have stepped up more in terms of talking than AJ and Randy Orton did this week.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people talking about this. Mark Henry's been very vocal about how this is going to be, the match, and how this promo really helped sell it. A lot of personal issues between these two. This is what it's all about. This has divided the fan base here. You got the sports entertainment fans siding with Randy Orton. You got the Bingo Hall fans siding with AJ Styles. I like them both here, and this is just going to be an outstanding classic. I cannot wait.
That was Cypress Agassi. That was Serena Venus. That was how good that was. You didn't know who to pick because you liked them both so much. Oh man, this one gives me
I think. Well, I'll say this. I think Randy Orton won the promo, but
that's biased.
And a knockoff diamond cutter.
Well, I think we all are just infatuated with this match, except Moose the Mark obviously bringing up the sarcasm, because I think Moose the Mark has, he doesn't feel Randy Orton, for some reason, and he thinks that there aren't that many people who are that hyped for this match. But Moose the Mark, you have to understand, Randy Orton, people fucking love him, and he is possibly the best and most consistent superstar of the last 20 years. And if you think Randy Orton fans don't exist, look around. You're surrounded by them right now.
Hey man, lots of people love asparagus. I don't get it. I don't get it myself, but God bless them. Are
you calling Randy Orton asparagus? Well, Randy Orton is USDA top choice meat, and everybody knows it.
I want to hear what the doctor, you who are not hearing any of these promos, what are you most excited about for WrestleMania 35?
I've heard the promo,
and you're going to give me what I want.
And AJ Styles won. I'm actually really excited. It's two people come from two different sides. One was born in the WWE, and one had to work his way up to the WWE. And I don't know. This might be the match I'm looking forward to the most.
So doctor, we've talked. You've heard the Batista Triple H promo. We've talked Ronda, Becky, Charlotte, Orton and AJ. We've alluded to the Hardys and the Usos potentially. Of course, the big dog could end up on the card at WrestleMania. And we know that piece of shit Seth Rollins is going to face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. So knowing all these matches right now, which one are you going to make sure all the little niños and niñas in the orphanage are going to sit in and make sure they watch come WrestleMania?
Now, with the big dog out, right? So we're not counting the big dog yet.
Well, I mean, the big dog, he got taken out by the Scottish psychopath this week. So maybe rent's due for that son of a bitch. Maybe, the big dog will get Baron Corbin back at WrestleMania. Yeah. The big dog, I think, will have a match at WrestleMania. And if he does, once it's announced, then we all know that'll be the main event of WrestleMania. But until then, not thinking about the big dog yet.
Okay, so without the big dog, it's either going to be Orton or AJ, or I want to see how hard Triple H is going to give it to Batista.
Give me what I want.
That's how hard I want it. I want to see how hard he's going to give it to him.
I mean, he's wanted this for years, Doctor. I mean, this is going to, a lot of these matches. I feel like this WrestleMania has been put together, not like last minute or anything, but it's not like the WrestleManias of the past few years or past handful of years where at least one or two matches were kind of set in stone or we knew about or we expected for almost 6 months or a long time. This WrestleMania, a lot of it is either January until now, except this one. Vin, man, we're talking about a match 13, 14 years in the making here.
Yeah, anytime you got that kind of bubbling around that's just been just for years. These two have wanted to get at each other. Scores that have never been settled. That's what this match is all about. And as it was said on Monday Night Raw, this could be the last time we see Triple H in a match. This could be the last time we see Batista in a match. This has all the makings of a WrestleMania main event. I'm coming out and saying it. Fuck. If it's the last time I'm seeing Batista in a ring, it better be the last time I see Triple H in a ring. I don't want to see him anymore. This is all about the Animal finally letting everybody know who was the pinnacle of evolution. We evolved from Ric Flair to Batista.
I don't think it's either one of these two. They're fighting for second place here, but it's definitely Randy Orton. But
no, it's not.
Something just popped in my head, Vin, man. You're going to have to do a damn well good job to convince me otherwise. What the hell is the difference between Batista and Daniel Bryan begging to fight Triple H at WrestleMania?
Batista and Daniel Bryan?
When Daniel Bryan took over Raw, I mean, Moose the Mark remembers this iconic moment, very, very vividly. When he was basically telling Triple H to give him what he wanted, everybody was criticizing Daniel Bryan for getting something he did not deserve.
Well, I think Batista deserves. Batista deserves.
Yes.
That's the difference here. Batista deserves this match. Daniel Bryan's just a B+ player.
No, of course
doesn't belong on the Mania card.
Yeah, Batista deserves. But of course, Batista deserves this. What is he? 6'3", 6'4", 320 pounds.
You're going to give me what I want.
Yeah,
he can stop whatever show he wants.
He's been in blockbuster movies. I mean, this guy, he's done it all in the world of professional wrestling. And this, he deserves what he wants. Give it to him, damn it.
Give me what I want.
Yeah, what are you talking about, Wired? I mean, Batista did not hold Raw hostage. He did not occupy
he didn't do that.
Raw. He came out
and asked for a title shot.
Triple H was begging him to get in the ring, and Batista just said, "Motherfucker, you give me what I want, God damn it."
He's giving back to the business. He gave all those, guardians of the independent scene. He gave those guys some valuable television time that they otherwise wouldn't receive.
Also, Daniel Bryan,
he stopped people from getting matches on Raw by taking up valuable airtime.
Daniel Bryan was like, it was kind of just a fad, a moment, the Yes movement. It just like kind of spiraled out of control in the course of just a few weeks, whereas this is 15 long years of Batista living in this shadow of his kind of a big brother, son of a bitch, Triple H, holding him down, and this is pent-up frustration. Daniel Bryan, he used fans, he used people to get what he wanted. Batista just intimidated Triple H and attacked people that he loved.
You're going to give me what I want, or I'm going to continue to hurt people you love.
Yeah, but there's no way Daniel Bryan could have threatened Triple H with something like that. He just said, "You're going to give me what I want, or we're not getting out of this ring." This is much different.
Who do you think Batista would have hurt next if Triple H didn't give him what he wanted? It would have been Vince, or
I think it would have been Steamboat.
Pete Gas.
I really think.
Oh man, this is going to be one of the best WrestleManias I think we've ever attended.
WrestleMania 35 is easily the greatest WrestleMania ever put together, and we still have a couple of weeks of television before we get to New York. But what a week of promos. Actually, Dr. Calzones, if you will, can you just give us the highlights of some of the mic work in WWE this week?
Give me what I want. You're going to give me what I want, or I'm going to continue to hurt people you love. I've been asking for it for years, and you're going to give me what I want. Give it to me. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. Give me what I want.
And a knockoff diamond cutter. See, I'm the landlord, and rent's due, you son of a.
We didn't even talk about Kofi Kingston and Vince McMahon this week, and how, for some odd reason, I can't put my finger on it, Long Island. You're going to have to help me. Why am I so on the side of Vince McMahon on this one?
Because you're an awful person. And I
don't understand. I can't even put my finger on it. I'm just like, this Vince McMahon's right. And I couldn't even hear what Kofi was saying. It's so weird.
That's really awful that you would say something like that, because if you're not rooting for Kofi, if you're not getting swept up in Kofi Mania, then there's something wrong with you. You know, I asked Miss Melissabeth this week, what would be the most historic thing to happen at WrestleMania this year? Would it be Becky, Ronda, and Charlotte main eventing WrestleMania? Or would it be someone like Kofi Kingston winning the WWE title for the first time? And Moose the Mark, she told me Kofi Kingston winning would be historic and would do a lot of good for this country.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, we're so united. We're so divided over every little, teeny tiny issue. We're divided over, pancakes versus waffles, pollution versus not polluting, Canadian versus we're Jamaicans. Like this is a huge important match right now, and I'm all for it, man. I can't wait for Kofi Mania. I don't know. I mean, this WrestleMania is strange because it seems like a year where all three good guys need to win their matches.
Who are the good guys?
Like their title matches. Becky Lynch, Kofi Kingston, and Seth Rollins. I mean, how can any of these people not win?
Okay,
I'm not sitting next to him.
I heard the names of two good guys there. The Man and Kofi, they're good. Okay, although Charlotte's better, she's gooder. But Seth Rollins is not a good guy. Who sees Seth Rollins as a good guy? Does anyone think Seth Rollins is a good guy? Seth Rollins ruined WrestleMania 31. No. Seth Rollins, he smashed a man with leukemia in the back with a steel chair, and then sided with the biggest piece of shit of them all, Triple H. And you know what? Seth Rollins probably had something to do as well with Batista not getting on WrestleManias 31 through 35. So Seth Rollins is not a good guy, Mustafa.
Yeah,
God damn it.
And on top of not being a good guy, he's not a good wrestler either. He goes off script. He goes off script all the time. 1 minute he's got a broken leg. The next minute he's putting all of his weight on it, doing a 450 splash.
Do you think Seth Rollins is getting into Ronda's ear and telling her to go off script? Do you think he's the one telling her to do this?
It wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't. He's that kind of low life.
Moose the Mark, I get what you're getting at though, except for the incorrect Seth Rollins comment.
Well,
a lot of people on social media, I think Wired would tell you, really think the WWE needs Becky Lynch and Kofi Kingston to win, to bring them into the next era, the next generation, the next level, into modern WWE, where we're going to go. The future is Becky and Kofi. A lot of people are saying on the socials.
Well, real quick here, and I think this is more of a discussion for another episode as we get closer to WrestleMania 35. But Long Island, you were bringing this up on Monday as we were watching Monday Night Raw live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in a private box. You said, it feels like, Becky and maybe Kofi are just going to ride this wave of momentum in order to win, and they're going to give, a lot of the fans what they want. But as much of things you want, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to happen that you don't want. There's going to be a balance out, and I can't wait to find out what that is.
Yes, it is. I think this is something we'll really dive deep into come the morning of WrestleMania. Is really where I want to. Can't wait to ponder this. But the question, Brainiacs and Brainbusters, Moose the Mark, Dr. Calzonis, Wired, that I brought up in the Marburger box at Monday Night Raw this week. Just think about it and start formulating your thoughts and what you're going to be talking about come WrestleMania Sunday, because we do know that Becky Lynch is in this big match and she's got the world behind her, except me, because I'm rooting for Charlotte Flair. And Kofi Kingston, if he wins this gauntlet match on SmackDown and gets his title shot, he'll have the world, including myself, behind him, except for Wired. And, we're going to say, okay, they have to win. And if they are going to win, and the majority of the world gets what they want at WrestleMania, there must be a balance. What will be taken from the WWE Universe? What will happen that will be unexpected or unwanted at WrestleMania to balance it out? Think about it, and we'll get back to that come WrestleMania Sunday morning, Moose the Mark. But the fact is that if they do win, Kofi and Becky in particular, something the WWE Universe does not want to happen will happen, just because you need the balance, right? I'm not wrong there, am I?
You're absolutely right. There's got to be a balance of power in the world of professional wrestling.
Right, Moose?
Absolutely. No, I mean, I'm trying to make another Star Wars analogy, but it's not coming to me. But yes, the universe needs balance.
You are a nerd.
What is the law? Man, she might know this. What's the law? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. I forget what the law is.
Yeah, that is. I don't know. That's one of Newton's
that's the
laws.
definition. No, that's the definition of insanity, right? Yeah.
No.
We'll do a good derivation of that for WrestleMania. We'll put it up on Twitter at the Brainbusters, so everybody out there in the WWE universe can read that and prepare themselves for what might happen at MetLife Stadium.
Fuck them.
And I feel like we still have another maybe 5-6 matches to get announced.
Oh my
NXT
God.
starting to take shape. Then man, I know you and I know you're not the biggest NXT guy, but there's some matches that are getting announced on NXT that I don't even know if I want to talk about because it might be spoilers.
Well, there are some big matches, and I think we're going to eventually need to talk about. But and I can't believe I'm saying this, but after watching that ROH 17th anniversary card, I'm starting to get a little hyped for this Madison Square Garden event we're going to be at.
Yes, I am too, and we're going to get into some NXT and MSG during headlines. But before we get there, real quick, Brainbusters, Triple J, if he were here, would want me to, stay on track here. And the last bit of business we have to do before we get to the news of the week is from that Ring of Honor 17th anniversary show. Dr. Calzones has a clip, and if anybody caught this, and if anybody knows what the hell was going on when this happened during Ring of Honor 17th anniversary show, let us know at the Brainbusters on Twitter, which is where we tweet from. But sometimes we don't tweet things, but people say we tweeted things. But we're not that mad because we were talked about on worldwide pay-per-view.
Fans are using ROH 17 Brainbuster Radio saying to not sleep on Shane Taylor.
Did you catch that?
Fans are using ROH 17 Brainbuster Radio saying to not sleep on Shane Taylor.
One more time, Doctor.
Fans are using ROH 17 Brainbuster Radio saying to not sleep on Shane Taylor.
Brainiac, that is Ring of Honor play-by-play announcer Ian Riccaboni, who does a fine job for ROH. And during ROH 17th anniversary, Shane Taylor versus Jeff Cobb for the TV title. You heard him say that. Brainbuster Radio on Twitter saying don't sleep on Shane Taylor. And absolutely, I would agree with the sentiment. You shouldn't sleep on Shane Taylor. Hell of a hand. Big, tough guy. But the fact is, we did not tweet that. And there is no other Brainbuster Radio or at the Brainbusters or any other derivation on Twitter. So, Wired, you are the sultan of social media. What the hell is Ian Riccaboni saying? Did he maybe misquote another Twitter account and he's just a big brainiac? What happened?
I can't explain this. I mean, the social media is pretty, straightforward, cut and dry. You tweet it, we say it. It gives you the handle so you don't have to think about who actually is saying things. There is no other Brainbuster Radio out there, not that I'm aware of anyway. But sure, I mean, the statement is not false. Maybe
it's not so much so that maybe Ian Riccaboni is just some kind of wizard or influencer because he said it, and Vin Man and I noticed we didn't say that, but you know what? It's true. So then we tweeted it out. We did tweet it out after he said it. So I don't know.
I'd been thinking that for a long time. I didn't get the opportunity to say it because I have very limited opportunities to be on this program due to my contract. But it was something I was going to say had I been on the previous week, and we talked about that.
Moose the Mark, you play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons. You know about wizardry. Could Ian Riccaboni maybe have read our minds or caused us as a collective show to tweet that out before we even knew we wanted to say it? What happened there?
Look, there's, the strict mechanics of time travel aren't really locked in stone. I mean, there are certain, theories that say when you travel back in time, an alternate universe is created. Sometimes it just changes the singular timeline that you're on. But either way, I mean, there's always these ghostly visions, these deja vu, these sort of, I don't know, apparitions that just seem like a time out of joint. Maybe he's referring to a tweet you're going to make 2 weeks from now when Jeff Cobb or whoever you were talking about does something even more spectacular. I don't know. I mean, I can't explain it right now, but I could pretty much guarantee that it involves time travel in some respect.
I think we're going to have to do a new spin-off podcast where we should do a dramatic spin-off of Brainbuster Radio, Midnight Brainiacs, and submitted for the approval of the Brainiac Society, Midnight Brainiac Society. I'd like to talk about the fortune-telling play-by-play announcer, and we'll tell about the story of Ian Riccaboni and his visions. Do you think he knows who wins the matches before he even calls them, Vin Man?
If that were to happen, I think you're implying that there's a script.
And in Ring of Honor, I know there for sure isn't. And if Ronda Rousey said what she said in Ring of Honor, Carrie Silken would shoot her in the head. or Bully Ray would beat the fuck out of her.
Fans are using ROH 17 Brainbuster Radio, saying to not sleep on Shane Taylor.
Dr. Calzones, in Mexico, there's a lot of sorcery. There's brujas. There's all sorts of cryptics. It's very you run into this kind of stuff all the time. Someone who could foresee or influence people to tweet out things. This felt like Minority Report.
Yeah, it's a little spooky. It's a little funny because now that you're talking about it, one of the candles that we have lit is just flickering on and off right now. So, it's a lot of bad juju going around.
Stay tuned for Midnight Brainiacs, where we're gonna not only tell the tale of the fortune-telling play-by-play announcer, we'll also have a live Ouija seance. We're gonna summon some spirits. I think we should. It's WrestleMania. Don't you want?
In the WrestleMania parking lot, that's not a bad idea. Have a WrestleMania Ouija board to find out who's going to win all these matches, and maybe that's how we're going to find out the balance of what's going to happen.
That's a fucking tailgate right there. Some proper 12 and Ouija boards.
I'm just glad you guys didn't come up with this last WrestleMania when we were in New Orleans, because
voodoo.
That would have been extremely bad.
All right, Brainiacs. Well, check us out in the parking lot or just hit up Ian Riccaboni. He'll tell you what we're doing before we know we're doing it.
And don't sleep on Shane Taylor either.
Absolutely not. Don't. I've never seen anyone physically handle Jeff Cobb the way he did, although Jeff Cobb did pull out the victory. And Jeff Cobb now has a match at Madison Square Garden to get hyped for. Moose the Mark. Moose the Mark, you told me, Long Island, I don't know much about what's going on into MSG. All I know is you said you're relying on me to get you hyped for it. So are you ready to start getting hyped for Madison Square Garden G1 Supercard?
I'm absolutely ready. I can't wait. No, I really can't. There's no one is better at getting more hyped than you, Long Island Iced Tea. I mean, and you're saving me time. You're saving me money. I mean, that's why we work so well together.
Well, I appreciate it, but that's just my job, Moose the Mark. It's my job to get you hype, to make sure you stay hype, and to make sure you are informed with Brainbuster Radio headlines. This week on Brainbuster Radio Headlines, Kurt Angle has his last match coming up. Ring of Honor and New Japan are getting set for Madison Square Garden. WrestleMania 36 has a location. Ronda Rousey got fined. This week, Brainbuster Radio Headlines are brought to you by Marburger Computer Mice. Marburger Computer Mice. They won't fucking die on you in the middle of a podcast. Get a Marburger computer mouse at marburgerzone.com or at any participating Marburger buy in your neighborhood. All right, first thing up this week, Ronda Rousey was fined an undisclosed amount, Vinman. How much do you think it was, and do you think that punishment fit the crime of her exposing the business?
Is that really what it was for?
She exposed the business.
I thought it was just for beating up Dana Brooke unnecessarily.
It says, fined by WWE for her actions.
Okay.
Unprofessional. She hit officials. She exposed the business. She attacked Dana Brooke. I mean, she's said terrible things about fans. She, even her mentor, Roddy Piper, would have been absolutely disgusted with what Ronda did this week.
I'll say $25,000.
It's not enough. I'm hoping this was at least seven figures. This fine. It should be.
I doubt it. I highly doubt that.
Or at least six figures and a slap in the face by Dr. D. David Schultz. At least that. Someone needs to make Ronda pay. Hopefully the man, or probably more likely Charlotte, does at WrestleMania. But Mustamark, what would you find someone for exposing the business like that?
I would find you, your Ribera Steakhouse jacket, your Zubas, your fanny pack. I would find you everything that people hold dear in this business because you clearly don't respect it.
Back in the day, if you did something like this, you'd be taken off television and maybe forced to go work WBF Body Stars for a few months to pay your dues back again. Vince McMahon would get creative that way. But this is Ronda Rousey. She's got the upper hand, I guess, because of this contract she has with WWE, which is unfortunate.
She deserves to get fined even more than what she did based on her actions, and the fact that she's thinking that she's above everyone else to do something like this is actually quite. I just can't talk about it anymore.
Entitled, disturbing. I agree. Other news, we have in AAA, the Young Bucks won some AAA tag belts there, Dr. Calzones, and Mexico. So, the AEW, the AAA partnership is underway, and now you've got some executive producers of AEW as champions of the world in Mexico.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're just letting all these gringos come in here and just take the titles, but we got something coming for them.
And also,
I like that.
It's going to be really good. It's going to be really good to see what happens.
Do you think
next.
we may finally get LAX versus the Young Bucks?
I mean, we did on the Jericho cruise, and I don't think we're going to get.
Well, which
there.
LAX was it?
Well, that's the Impact LAX. If you want to talk about the OGs, they might be able to be booked by AAA.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But I doubt that happens. We also have some news on the Evolve scene here, Moose the Mark. You'll want to hear that Austin Theory is going to be taking on NXT superstar member of the Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly, for the Evolve Championship. He's the latest challengers in NXT superstar for that belt.
Man, that's great. That's going to be happening while you guys are in transit on Friday, I believe.
Just Triple J and I will be hauling ass to New York City to make it there in time for NXT.
So does this mean that Kyle O'Reilly in the Undisputed Era will not be participating in TakeOver?
We'll see. I mean, people have The Miz pulled double duty in New York City, so why can't the Undisputed Era?
That's true.
And
as long
also,
as something's apparently not in Queens or Astoria, I feel like people can get around that city very quickly.
If you have a helicopter, you could get around anywhere. In Los Angeles, in the dojo, the New Japan dojo, a recently released WWE superstar who's pretty good friends with some New Japan roster members was hanging out with the head coach of New Japan's LA dojo, Shibata. That's right, TJ Perkins was seen kicking it with the wrestler, Dr. Calzones. TJP, could he be NJPW bound?
I don't know, Liv, but again, he is hanging out with the wrestlers, so it's 50-50.
I'm really hoping that TJP gets to be a part of the upcoming Super Junior tournament there.
Oh, best of the Super Juniors.
Yes. I mean, if he's in best of the Super Juniors, he could be the first person ever to win the Cruiserweight Classic and the best of the Super Juniors.
Yeah, that's something.
And also this week, Kurt Angle announced that he would have his last match ever at WrestleMania this year. We're going to find out his opponent hopefully this week or soon. But,
yeah, he said he's going to announce it
on Raw?
Monday Night Raw.
Well, let's hope and let's speculate. Who's it going to be, Vin Man? You're up first.
Well, I'll say, how great of a moment was it before his contest with Apollo Crews to go say hi to everybody in the crowd?
He high-fived every single person sitting in the front row or an aisle seat. I mean, just a great guy who loves Pittsburgh.
I enjoyed that match with him and Apollo Crews so much. I wouldn't mind seeing it again if that is what's chosen. It's really hard to say at this point. I mean, it could really be anybody. You think about all the guys that don't have matches selected yet. It's very hard to say.
Could it be Jeff Jarrett?
It could be Jeff Jarrett. Yeah.
Sting? Christian?
Those are the three I'm hoping for the most. He's got the most history with those guys.
Well, Vin Man doesn't care to take a guess because he just can't. How about you, Moose the Mark? Do you have a guess and/or a preferred opponent for our Olympic gold medalist? Moose?
Oh, I'm sorry. Come again?
Do you have a preferred opponent or a guess for who Kurt Angle will face at WrestleMania?
Corey Graves. Think about it.
I don't think he's cleared for action.
No, he'll get cleared to put a Pittsburgh legend out to pasture. I can't think of anyone who would do it besides Corey Graves.
Oh, hi, Mark.
What about Elias?
Oh yeah, Elias too. Shit.
Well, that killed your first thought.
Oh,
Yeah.
hi, Mark.
How about you, Wired? Who you got?
I don't think it could be anybody else other than The Undertaker. Obviously, why would it be anyone else? Why should it be anyone else?
That's
It's
cool.
just fitting.
Yeah.
But The Undertaker's retired.
He is.
I don't know about that.
The Undertaker was beaten by the big dog in Orlando. He left his hat in the middle of the ring, and now he's doing autograph signings at Comic Cons as Mean Mark Callis.
Look, he. Here's what we've known about the Undertaker since he's lost to the big dog. His lack of respect has gone to hell. Right? He spit on Triple H. He spit on Shawn Michaels. He's going to spit on the retirement of Kurt Angle and basically just take the glory out of it.
You want to talk about somebody who's going off script? It may be the Undertaker.
Do you think he's just trying to ruin his own legacy as much as possible? He's getting Shawn Michaels to unretire for matches nobody wants. He's squashing John Cena and ruining his career and his marriage or his proposed marriage. He's out there. He's doing autograph signings with Conrad Thompson. I mean, Mean Mark Callis. I don't know if it's ruining it might be ruining the Undertaker, but he might be better than the Undertaker. This is
in this business.
Hi, Mark.
Father Time never is lighthearted and never, gives you a break. And it's hard to go out on your own terms here. It's hard to go out on your own terms in the world of professional wrestling.
I'm actually not going to say the Undertaker's going to face Kurt Angle because I half-ass believe that Triple H is going to force the Undertaker into his own match, so it's a triple threat and he could avoid Batista.
Give it to me. Give me what I want.
I don't see that happening.
You would have put that past Triple H just as a way to make sure he doesn't have to go face to face with Batista one-on-one?
I think Triple H is ready to. But I just don't see the Undertaker getting involved in that match. He's got to be involved in something. That's probably and what's John Cena doing? Where is John Cena? Maybe he's going to be the one.
Is he going to be on Raw this week? Is he going to be on Raw this week?
I haven't seen that advertised.
Me neither.
I thought I saw that for some reason. I don't know why.
I saw that John Cena got crushed by Zelina Vega on Twitter. I'm sure you saw that, Wired, because you're the Sultan of social media.
Of course. But, no one brought it up, so why would I bring it up?
You're right. We could bring this up. So Kurt Angle's facing maybe The Undertaker or
who do you think he's going to face?
I think he's going to face I'm going to say
what about
Kane.
the Big Dog?
Big Dog. Big Dog's got personal issues with a few people before Kurt Angle. I don't think it's going to be the Big Dog. If Kurt Angle has his pick, I bet he picks Chad Gable, an Olympian.
That'd be a good wrestling match.
Good wrestling match. But I don't know. I'm hoping it's the Velveteen Dream. That's who I'm hoping it is.
Oh my goodness,
that would be good. But who knows? The Velveteen Dream might be busy at NXT on Friday of WrestleMania weekend. Who knows what's going to happen with his North American Championship, and who knows what's going to happen with the NXT title. Tommaso Ciampa having neck surgery. Triple H is going to address the state of the NXT title this coming Wednesday on NXT. What do you expect to happen, Moose the Mark, with the NXT title? Will it be held in abeyance?
Has the NXT title ever been sort of held up like this before? It's usually been a pretty fairly linear transition. This is like the first time that the NXT title has, been controversial.
No, I thought when Bo Dallas, when it wasn't vacated, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong there. No,
I seem to feel like there was some sort of issue with Bo Dallas in his championship, or maybe he just he lost. It was the ladder match, right? He had a ladder match with that belt.
Maybe it was just, I think he was just in a ladder match.
So you're right, Mr. Mark. It's been very clean, cut, and dry for the history of this championship, making it one of the most prestigious. But now the waters have been muddied. How does Triple H avoid this title losing any of its luster?
You just got to put it on a good match, right? You gotta put something together that the people.
We got to have people who deserve a championship match. You can't be. Putting people in this thing that don't belong there, like Daniel Bryan, which I kind of expect Daniel Bryan to be involved in this match for some reason. First ever NXT appearance for Daniel Bryan.
Do you bring people back that maybe you called up too soon to help, elevate this match? Aleister Black, or do you bring back Johnny Gargano, things like that?
Well, Johnny Gargano took out Tommaso Ciampa, so I'm sure he'll figure out a way to get involved in this. But Tyler Breeze
EC3.
just had a big. Tyler Breeze just beat EC3. What about Tyler Breeze, Vin Man?
Sorry, he's gone.
Oh, we started talking NXT and Vin Man left.
Let's wrap up before we lose Moose.
All right. Well, the NXT title, who the hell knows what happens with it? Let's hope the Velveteen Dream gets all the belts. Now, Ring of Honor, New Japan, going to Madison Square Garden this past week. A very interesting Ring of Honor 17th anniversary. We got an unexpected main event, was the tag team title match. PCO and Brody King versus the Briscoes. And it was the most violent, bloody mess of a match that 2019's ever seen. And maybe this century has seen that didn't involve Mick Foley in the match. It was bloody. It was scary. It was violent. And it ended up with new tag team champions. The Briscoes will not be facing the Guerrillas of Destiny. It's going to be Villain Enterprises and the Guerrillas of Destiny. That means that at Madison Square Garden, we don't know who the Briscoes are going to face. And also, the ROH title ended in controversy. It was a draw, a 60-minute draw, Moose the Mark. Jay Lethal retains, but only because he drew against Matt Taven. Does this mean that Marty Scurll, Matt Taven, and Jay Lethal should have a triple threat at Madison Square Garden? And if so, are you okay with the ROH title being defended in a triple threat in the world's most famous arena?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's not like the Ring of Honor title is certainly a prestigious belt, but I mean, it's not like we're talking about the Raw Women's Championship here, all right? That's a belt that needs the prestige of a one-on-one contest. The Ring of Honor World title, you have a three-way, have a gauntlet match, a battle royal, what have you, you know?
That's a lot of talking out of the both sides of all your mouths.
You down for the count.
Triple threats are great when they need to happen, and this one needs to happen. You got Matt Taven has a legitimate claim. Jay Lethal has the belt, and then of course Marty Scurll, one survival of the fittest. He belongs there, and he's the most popular Ring of Honor wrestler currently. And not to mention his partners in villain crime are in the tag title for title match. You also get Jeff Cobb versus Will Ospreay, 1-on-1. The best part about Ring of Honor is worlds colliding, and New Japan, but also the clashing of styles. You've got the high-flying, knock your head off style of Will Ospreay and the pure power of Olympian Jeff Cobb. TV title, never open weight title for title, all the gold in Madison Square Garden. This might steal the show, Wired.
Oh, what? I'm sorry, what? I fell asleep when we were talking about ROH at Madison Square Garden.
So what? So you're just gonna pout all the way to MSG? Is that what's gonna happen?
No, not all the way to MSG. Through MSG, and then on the way home, I will be pouting as
well. I guarantee you, by the end of that show, you won't be pouting because you're gonna be enthralled. I mean, you've got Jeff Cobb, who just beat Shane Taylor, who you can't sleep on, taking on Will Ospreay, who legitimately knocked out Kota Ibushi at Wrestle Kingdom, and not to mention what the hell's going to happen with the IWGP title, the Knife Pervert defending against the winner of the New Japan Cup, Moose the Mark. The tournament's underway right now. I don't know if you've seen the brackets, but Kota Ibushi has moved on. Colt Cabana has moved on, and they're still alive. Who do you expect to win that tournament and face the Knife Pervert?
Like I said, Long Island, I have not been paying attention to these developments. I've been trusting you to watch everything because you do watch everything.
Of course I do. I do.
Tell me who I should want to win this.
Whoever you want. Anyone who's going to beat the Knife Pervert is who we want to win. That's who we're rooting for. Because we cannot have a Knife Pervert as our IWGP champion or any kind of champion. He's a Knife Pervert. You know what Knife Perverts do, Moose the Mark? They've got they hold knives in their hands while they're doing their thing and with their hand on their pee-pee. It's disturbing. And while he's wearing the belt, it's awful.
Sounds like the IWGP needs to take a long, hard look at who's representing their brand right now.
They do. And also, I've heard some disturbing rumors on the internet as well that you might have seen that, there's a video going around of the Knife Pervert wearing the IWGP heavyweight title belt while holding a knife in one hand and his ding dong in the other, and if it got out, I heard it would ruin the MSG show. So Wired, I'm sure you're rooting for that to happen, so the show gets canceled.
Cancel. Give me what I want. Cancel.
What are you gonna do if it gets canceled?
Hall of Fame, baby.
Give me what I want.
Harlem Heat going in the Hall of Fame also. Last bit of our news here this week on Brainbuster
Never mind.
Radio.
I don't want to go to the Hall of Fame anymore.
Oh my goodness. All right, Brainiacs, time to wrap things up. Gonna get bloody. Hopefully not as bloody as Villain Enterprises versus the Briscoes, but no promises. It's time for Falls Count Anywhere.
Brainiac said as I, a man called Wired, and we are on the road to WrestleMania. We are almost there. We're turning the corner. Our exit sign is in the clear, visible skies of New York City, and once we get there, you're damn well better be ready because Brainbuster Radio has you covered. Yes, 80 hours, actually minus 11. So 69 hours of coverage is coming that weekend for Brainbuster Radio from Long Island and Triple J's Road Diaries to A Man Called Wired in a search for a soft serve ice cream cone. Triple J's punishments being carried out. Oh, yes, and then you have the B Show covering NXT. You have Brainbuster Radio. We're also going to have live reaction from all the Brainbusters after every single live show that we attend. Stick here, Brainiacs. BrainbusterRadio.com, at the Brainbusters on all social media gimmicks. It's going to be a grand old time. If you're not there, you're an idiot. But we got you covered.
This Falls Count Anywhere is dedicated to two men who have made just a total mockery of my entire life, and their names are Bill de Blasio and Andrew Cuomo. Gentlemen, what are you thinking? You're the mayor and governor of New York, respectively, and yet you are shutting down the most important subway line of them all on WrestleMania weekend, putting thousands, if not tens of thousands of wrestling fans in the WWE universe in real risk of having to pay for an Uber to go to their shows. This is outrageous, sir. Any other weekend is fine. St. Patrick's Day, leave them down. New Year's Eve, screw them. But you, sirs, Misters Cuomo and de Blasio, are shutting down the subway on the weekend of what is undoubtedly going to be the greatest WrestleMania of all time. This is truly outrageous, and I hope the entire wrestling universe makes their voice heard at the polls.
Brainiacs, I don't want to keep getting political here, but I'm going to have to, because now the ticket is being split. I mean, WrestleMania weekend, if there wasn't enough to do, now on Friday, April 5th at WrestleCon, not only do you have, big shows with Evolve going on, you've got NXT, you've got, really anything you could think of going on. Now there's an added thing you got to worry about getting to, and that is Joey Ryan's Penis Party. Joey Ryan's Penis Party, featuring possibly the greatest collection of talent WrestleMania weekend we'll see outside of Sunday at MetLife Stadium. When you're talking about Joey Ryan, Joey Ryan's penis, the best friends, Val Venus, Priscilla Kelly, Priscilla Kelly's tampon, Colt Cabana, Scarlett Bordeaux, Sue Young, David Arquette, Tommy Dreamer, Lucha Bros, Pac, the Twisted Sisters, and boom, boom, Colt Cabana. All going to be there at Joey Ryan's Penis Party, Friday, April 5th. If you can't be there, I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know why you would go anywhere else. Please, Joey Ryan's Penis Party, Friday, April 5th. Please come. You want to sell those MSG tickets for the Penis Party tickets there, Wired?
Yes, I do. Long Island, did you see what happened between Priscilla Kelly and Joey Ryan this past weekend?
I did. It was wonderful.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was quite... Moose, did you catch what happened?
Barf dick.
Roll up on his dick.
Barf
yes,
dick.
She did. Priscilla Kelly takes no shit, not even from Mr. Dick himself, Joey Ryan. It was great.
Hashtag barf dick. I hope we get the rematch at the Penis Party. I don't know if that's announced yet, but Jim Ross was very upset at that, I'm sure, but also Jim Ross really upset that PCO took a flat back bump into the hardest part of the ring apron, getting back body dropped into the corner of the ring, Moose the Mark. I don't know if you saw that, but JR did not enjoy that. One of the new members of the All Elite Wrestling staff as well. Forgot to mention that.
Goodness. Wow, congratulations to everyone involved.
To everyone. And everyone going to the Penis Party. Get ready. There's going to be barf and period blood and all the best things that you could see at a wrestling show. Just like Brainbuster Radio every single week. And stay tuned for our new series, Midnight Brainiacs, where we will talk about all the weird things in pro wrestling. And wait till I tell you the story, Wired, of the bloody mess of Priscilla Kelly and the night she walked into the forest with Doink the Clown.
That just sounds utterly scary.
It is.
More than I can ever. Horrific.
All right, you guys got any? Brainbuster's got anything left before we get out of here? Because we got the doctor here wants to get out of here and tend to his orphanage.
And you're going to give me what I want.
Nothing?
Let's get out of here.
Okay. There you go, Brainiacs. It's time to go. Hopefully you got what you wanted today. And if you didn't, we'll try better next time. It's the road to WrestleMania. And while every Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live tries to deliver, sometimes they can't. But you know that at WrestleMania they will give you what you want.
Give me what I want!
Just like Brainbuster Radio tries every single week. At the Brainbusters on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Instagram Junior. For a man called Wired, Moose the Mark, Thin Man, Triple J, who is out today, Dr. Mil Calzones, and Long Island Iced Tea. I'm Long Island Iced Tea saying I gotta get the hell out of here and give you what you want.
I've been asking for it for years.
Mom!